Hi everyone, and welcome back. I sincerely hope you're enjoying your day, and I appreciate you being here. It's been a while since I provided an update on the BRICS block developments. A number of significant events and developments have occurred, which we will cover in today's video. We'll talk about the announcement of the new BRICS central bank currency, as well as how a group of Asian nations have effectively abandoned the dollar and several other noteworthy points I'd like to bring up. First, let's talk about how a group of Asian nations have realized the necessity of trading in their own currencies. This is a big one. The Association of Southeast Asian Nations, which is focused on promoting local currencies, is about to stop using the US dollar as a cross-border currency for trade among its members. Their combined GDP is about $4 trillion, so this is quite significant. I would like to add that nominal figures like combined GDP, total annual trade numbers, or anything else are not the point here. Rather, the point is the trend. Since this is just the beginning, the combined $4 trillion GDP may not seem like a big deal to 10 developing nations. However, the fundamental trend we're discussing is the move away from the US dollar as the global reserve currency. To put it another way, emerging nations are choosing not to rely on the US dollar anymore because they regard it as too dangerous. The coalition consists of Vietnam, Thailand, and Cambodia-Laos. Malaysia, Brunei, Indonesia, the group decided to concentrate on strengthening their national currencies and forging closer ties with our partners because Myanmar, the Philippines, and Singapore fear that the growing U.S. national debt, the militarization of the West, and intensifying conflicts will negatively impact their local economies and development prospects. Furthermore, these economies will now be far less affected by any penalties imposed by the West. This takes us to the point you have probably been waiting for the most. The most intriguing thing to you is probably this. Would the bloc members utilize a single currency, the BRICS currency? The main objective of the BRICS bloc is, as we know, to create a completely self-sufficient standalone financial system in order to detach from the West's ability to exert its dominance through sanctions and other types of economic measures. Once this new mechanism is in place, which I believe will happen soon, the US dollar will be significantly weakened as demand for it declines globally. The South African ambassador to China, Sayabamba Quayle, recently acknowledged that the BRICS currency initiative is moving toward a common currency. He reiterated that the initiative is being driven by the BRICS' excessive reliance on the dollar. The BRICS finance ministers met in May, and the specifics will be disclosed in October at the official BRICS summit, which will take place in Kazan, Russia. This year, 9 member countries will be attending, and more are expected to be announced. In a previous video, I shared the details of the BRICS blockchain technology infrastructure. You may remember that China and Russia, who already have comparable infrastructures in place, are the main driving forces behind the development of that technology. Given that this will serve as the foundation for the future financial system, I do believe it to be quite significant, such that at the BRICS new development, it will ultimately serve as the foundation for payment settlement for all block sources. Bank emphasized that the group is considering the possibility of establishing a central bank for the BRICS, which would ultimately be in charge and naturally have the power to create a single currency for all of the participating nations. Thus, there will eventually be a central bank that will oversee not just the issuance of currency, but also, I assume, the member countries' budgetary policies, much like the EU attempts to coordinate. Sergei Lavrov, Russia's deputy foreign minister, recently expressed support for the establishment of the BRICS central bank and these kinds of policies among its members. The BRICS are working on an alternative financial system, so it is likely going to happen. And I'm assuming that we will hear the big news, the announcement later this year, and just several months from now in October. However, this does not really mean that the bloc will ignore trade opportunities with European countries, as many seem to believe that there will be some sort of trade war or hostility. It is crucial to realize that even in the unlikely event that there is, it won't likely originate from the members of the BRICS bloc. The bloc wants to grow and develop, and it is likely to see corporations on those terms. It is not antagonistic toward trade chances with the rest of the globe. Of course, that is convenient for the members of the bloc, and that will be the biggest difference going forward. As China's President Xi Jinping stated during his meeting with European leaders in May, trading with the BRICS members would be extremely beneficial, even though the U.S. is unlikely to approve if those transactions are not settled in dollars. Nations like Serbia and Hungary, for example, stand to gain greatly from developing ties with the BRICS, and judging from Xi Jinping's recent visit to these nations, this could very well be part of their future strategy. The fourth development I'd like to talk about is the greater focus on African nations and the greater engagement of China and Russia on the continent. Dilma Rousseff, the head of the New Development Bank, said that the BRICS are prepared to invest in Africa to assist it in addressing its most pressing issues. It goes without saying that this is a significant victory for Africa, a continent that has traditionally been colonized, stripped of its resources, exploited, and never really gained much in return from the developed world. This was stated during Dilma Rousseff's recent visit to Johannesburg. This is a significant advancement. Continuous poverty, according to Rousseff, has contributed significantly to excessive inequality and has undoubtedly made the continent as a whole unstable. As a result, the bank will fund physical and digital infrastructure projects in Africa, with an emphasis on educational ones. She stated that the new development bank may take the lead on initiatives that deal with the most pressing issues facing African nations. She stated that while Africa's proportion of foreign direct investment increased to 88.8% of worldwide FDI in 2021 from just 4.9% a decade earlier, it still has to increase further. I hope this little update was instructive and useful to you. Please share your thoughts with me in the comments section below regarding these developments. Do you believe that the BRICS bloc should have a central bank that will serve their needs? As usual, kindly inform me using the space provided for comments below. I'm excited to speak with you. Thank you for watching our video. We hope you found the information insightful and valuable as we navigated through the latest developments within the BRICS nations. The formation of a new central bank, updates on currency initiatives, efforts towards de-dollarization, and the strategic focus on Africa are all pivotal topics that could reshape the global financial landscape. As the BRICS nations continue to collaborate and innovate, their collective decisions will likely influence international trade, investment opportunities, and economic stability. Understanding these changes is crucial for investors, economists, and anyone interested in global finance. By staying informed, you can make more educated decisions and better anticipate the impacts of these geopolitical shifts. At Investing Tutorial, our goal is to provide you with timely, accurate, and comprehensive coverage of significant financial events and trends. We believe that staying informed is the key to successful investing. And we are dedicated to bringing you the latest updates and expert analysis. If you enjoyed this video and found the content useful, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends and colleagues who might benefit from this information. The currency update is equally important, as the BRICS nations explore the possibility of a common currency or new financial instruments to facilitate trade and investment within the bloc. This could lead to more seamless transactions and bolster economic ties among these emerging economies. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, Investing Tutorial, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Your support helps us continue to produce high-quality content that empowers you to make informed investment decisions. We appreciate your engagement and look forward to bringing you more in-depth analysis and tutorials on the ever-evolving world of finance. Stay tuned for our upcoming videos, where we'll delve into more critical topics and provide you with the tools and knowledge to navigate the complexities of the global market. We appreciate your participation in our community. Stay informed, stay invested, and we'll see you in the next video.